So again, I just want to take some time now. I know that we started a little late. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. I'm going to say 3 people in order so that you know you're coming up in case you have to plan your day. So next, and then I'll make a nice introduction though, and then Harrison, and then okay. We've heard again from artists, we've heard from fighters, we've heard from entrepreneurs in the real estate industry, and of course people who come with a ton of lived experience. I do want to start really, also bringing up individuals who have been doing the work in community organizations, fighting the fight for grant money, fighting the fight just to do the bare minimum of housing justice work. And I say bare minimum not because we don't want to do more, but again, because we don't have the resources to do enough based on the, what the leaders give us. So I'd like to introduce today the previous Executive Director of Direct Action for Rights and Equality, not the DARE we knew back in the 90s, but the new DARE. DARE, Kia in her time as Executive Director of DARE was fighting for, really rehabilitation of people who had fallen into the school to prison pipeline, housing justice. When we had the mass vaccination weekend for BIPOC communities who were not receiving vaccine at equal rates, Kia stepped up, Kia brought people, and most importantly, Kia brought herself. And Kia, I just want to say, here comes a great warrior and someone who I've had the honor to serve alongside, and I'm really excited for all the great work that Kia's going to continue to do in the community.
Thank you. I'm going to sit on those stairs. I'm really out of shape. Yeah, like Louise said, I was working for DARE, Direct Action for Rights and Equality, as the director. And while I was there, I was really frustrated at what I was seeing, because I had to spend a lot of time working with our state admin's offices, DOH, DLT, and working with the State House. And I was not happy with the top-down approach. I was not happy with the way our government or the decision makers were handling COVID. They left out purposely, I will say, because it kept happening. They continued to leave out BIPOC folks out of the conversation, but BIPOC community leaders who knew what was going on, who were directly involved, who were doing the mutual aid work that needed to be done to help our people. And they were totally being left out of the conversation about what was happening, what the decisions that should be made, where vaccination locations should be. And it was disgusting. And it started to feel like it was intentional, and like they didn't give a crap about any of us. They didn't care that we were hurting. They didn't care that we were struggling. And it was painful to see. It was painful to watch. It was painful to sit in meetings week after week and listen to bullshit, excuse my language. But I just couldn't do it anymore. And I'm really excited to support Luis because he really centered community leaders, and he centered us as a part of the conversation, and really dictated and really stood up for us and spoke out and demanded that we be a part of the conversation on a consistent basis. And that consistency is key. Always, and so I appreciate that. He also helped to center Black women's voices, especially when we were getting shut out by our own community leaders, and which is disgusting also. But enough about that. I do this work because as a kid, 15, 16 years old, I was a child left behind. And when it came to my education, when it came to my mental health, that I just got diagnosed like 2 years ago, I can't sit back and continue to watch as kids just get brutalized by our police. They're just being treated disrespectfully by their teachers, by the education system. They're being treated as if they're criminals when they've done nothing wrong, simply for being kids, and we can't continue to let that stand. Something has to happen. Our community leaders need to stand up. Our politicians need to stand up with us. And if not, then we vote them out, right? And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to support Luis, is because I plan on putting the people out of office that are not helping us. I'm tired of it. They don't care about us. They've been here for too long. We've allowed them to be there for too long. Sit there, collect checks, collect donations, appease white, rich people who have nothing, no interest in us, Black and brown folks in the community. And that can't stand, and we have to make a difference. We have to change. And I'm really grateful to see everybody here who's doing so much amazing work in the community.